Hey guys, welcome to another Thursday edition of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick. Today I'm going to be talking about maybe the biggest secret in the music industry. Today I'm going to be talking about ghostwriting. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click on that link down below. Go check out the Vinyl Den Facebook group. It's just a cool place to continue the music conversation. Doesn't necessarily have to be about vinyl records. We talk about anything music related in the group there. There's also a link for the Vinyl Den merch page where we've got t-shirts and sweatshirts. There's a link for the Vinyl Den Spotify and Apple Music playlists where every week we're just compiling music that we're talking about here on the channel, putting it together on a nice playlist for everyone to enjoy. And there's also a link for the Vinyl Den Patreon page. If you want to support the show, it's always greatly appreciated. You can support the show for as little as $1 a month. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. So if you're sitting there thinking, what is ghostwriting and how is that any different than a co-writer? So ghostwriting is when someone is hired and paid like a flat fee to write a song or really a book or write anything for someone else, and the other person takes credit for the writing of it. So that's obviously different than a co-writer, which is, you come in and you help write a song or help write a book or whatever, and you share the co-writing credits for it. So ghostwriting is something that's been going on in the music industry literally for decades and decades, probably since the very beginning of the recording industry. And it's something that over the years people have kind of talked about, in kind of the back shadows, and there's been rumors about. But it's something, like I said, that every major artist, at least over the last 40, 50, 60 years, has used, a ghostwriter. Even going back to like musicians like Frank Sinatra, Elvis. I don't think Elvis really used ghostwriters. Elvis was listed as a co-writer on a lot of songs that he had no business being a co-writer for. So he was taking credit, but he was also kind of giving credit to the people that actually wrote it. Other people that have had claims thrown at them for using ghostwriters, big artists, artists like Rihanna, Kelly Clarkson, Dr. Dre, Beyonce, even like some music, even like rock bands. Blink-182's been there's been people that have claimed have used ghostwriters, especially on their last couple of albums. Jay-Z, Will Smith, just kind of the list goes on and on. Even Ozzy, obviously Ozzy over the course of the last, 50 years has had a lot of ghostwriters, and the funny thing is Ozzy has entire albums where he claimed sole writership of all those tracks. And there's people out there that have claimed that Ozzy might have written maybe 2 or 3 songs over his entire career. And I guess my question is to you guys, how do you guys feel about ghostwriters? Because the way I look at it as the artists, they're stealing credits or stealing royalties from the people that actually deserve them. Look, if someone else writes your song, that's fine. And I'm not trying to take anything away from the musicians that have used ghostwriters, like I said, with Ozzy or Jay-Z or Dr. Dre or whoever it is. Even artists like Beastie Boys. Paul Revere was a huge hit off of Licensed Ill. The Beastie Boys are listed as writers of that track, even though Run DMC actually wrote it. So, I'm not trying to take anything away from the people that actually wrote or created those songs or sung those songs, because they actually had to go out there, play the instruments, and actually record the music and make it what it is. My issue, like I said, is them not giving credit to the people that actually deserve it. And I think co-writers are a different kind of part of the conversation. There's a lot of musicians that are listed as co-writers, and then kind of the question has always been around, well, how much do they really contribute to the writing of those songs? And, some of that is kind of questionable, but I think if you look at artists like Elton John, who, Elton John has been pretty kind of open throughout his career that he just doesn't have a lot to do with the lyrics of his songs, but he does contribute a lot to the melody and obviously the instrumentation of his songs to kind of warrant that co-writing credit. Are there artists out there that are listed as co-writers on songs that have nothing to do with the creation of those songs? Absolutely, and it's something that happens all the time, and I think that's kind of a different, while that's not really all that honest either, I think it's kind of a different conversation than what I'm talking about with ghostwriting, where you're just taking full credit for someone else's work, and they're really getting none of the royalties or credits for writing those songs. I really see ghostwriting as another form of plagiarism. I guess, when you're, like I said, when you're taking credit from somebody else, that I guess it's nothing illegal. They're not breaking any laws, but like ethically, I mean, it's definitely kind of a shady kind of issue. And, like I said, it's something that's been going on in the music industry for a long time. And I think a lot of people just don't pay attention to it or don't really care that musicians are doing this. This whole kind of thing came up within the last several weeks. I posted I was listening to a Garth Brooks album, and I posted it on social media. I think it was on Instagram, and somebody said, "Hey, he didn't write any of those tracks." And I was like, yeah, I get that. Like I said, that's something that's gone on in country music for decades and decades. But, Garth Brooks isn't taking credit for writing those tracks on that album. All the songs he didn't write are all credited to the people that actually wrote them. And like I said, that's something that's gone on in country music. There's a long tradition of artists kind of working their way up. Chris Singleton is another one that he wrote a lot of tracks for a lot of bigger artists when he was still kind of up and coming. And that's kind of how he got into the music business and kind of worked his way up and became this big star that he is today. So if you take that and compare that to someone that's using a ghostwriter, yeah, they might have paid a flat fee to that ghostwriter for that track. But, if that track hits number one or is on a multi-platinum selling album, that fee that they're paid for that, or whatever they're paid for that track, is a fraction of what they should have been getting from the royalties from the bigger album. I guess it all kind of goes back to fairness and what we as a society deem is fair and equal. But, I guess that's kind of a bigger kind of conversation, bigger argument. But let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about artists using ghostwriters? I'm really interested to see what the bigger conversation is about it out there, because it's something I don't really see talked about a lot in the music industry, especially when it comes to, the vinyl community and things like that. So drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. That's all I got really for today. It was just kind of a short, simple question to you guys of what do you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and that's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.